Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally. Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark.
3 pints, Sally.
And what are you having?
Ooh, get me a mulled wine.
Cheers. I'll fetch him over.
Merry Christmas, boys!
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Rob.
Christmas, everyone! How you doing, boys? How are you? You alright?
Yeah, all good. Exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, Christmas. absolutely.
Whoa. Hang fire.
Well,
Where's Mark?
me? I'm here.
No, other one.
Oh,
Numpty.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry, boys.
Oh, he's here.
He's here.
Sorry I'm late.
Where have you been?
What's happening?
I had to run an errand.
Oh, Christmas shopping.
No, and I don't know what I'm doing, but...
What's in the bag?
Well, you know Ellen's a feeder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so she sent me a message. I'm doing some baking. Can you get me some cream? And I was like,
Cream?
yeah, no problem. Anyway, so gets to the shop. There's loads of cream.
What,
I'm like,
and cream?
No. For baking?
What?
So she's baking. And anyway, I tried ringing her. No answer. She's obviously got her hands full of pastry. She can't reply or whatever. So I've been and got both from, and I don't know.
Oh, well, what's here?
What's the bloody difference?
Single or double?
Oh, yeah.
One's red and one's blue.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
but seriously.
what?
Good question,
And
though.
they're same size. That's single. No, that's single. That's double. What? Why?
Well,
What?
The only difference I know between the two is that when you whip one or when it gets thicker,
Yeah.
and the other one doesn't change
Doesn't.
consistency.
So one's
Oh, is that
pouring
it?
cream. So single cream is
there's pouring
otherwise
cream as well, yeah.
So it's mainly classed as a pouring cream, but
So you pour, you pour that and you whisk that.
you can whip double cream and it'll go thick.
So why is it not already come whipped and thick?
I'm get.
Do you know what I
Like
mean?
you, Mark.
So these two cream are exactly. You know what I mean? You shake them and it's
Yeah.
What? Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm already
So-
confused.
I'm looking forward to some. Well, I'm hoping she can make some mince pies with one of these.
Are we?
Well, let's
is she
hope.
bringing some down to the pub tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, get in! I hope.
Yeah. Got some mince pies coming.
Oh, yes.
And then
Well,
we can
mince
pour one of
pie.
these creams on but make sure it's the right one because the other one's for whisking apparently.
Listen, can I just interrupt you? I hate mince pies. So seriously, I don't know why you're getting all excited. I'm like, no, not for me.
No.
No,
I love
What
mince
about,
pies.
I love
what,
a mince
about
pie.
what about jam tarts and lemon curds?
they're fine.
Well, she's
But they're
got-
not
she's
very
got you-
Christmassy, are they?
Oh, well, she's got you covered.
Good, thank you. That's no,
So do you not like Christmas pudding either?
No. No.
I was just about
You
to
can
say
have
same.
all that, guys. I'm not
Christmas
interested.
pudding and
No.
custard.
Well,
Custard, I'm okay.
You see, I do like Christmas pudding and custard, but
No.
I like Christmas pudding and cheese
Together.
together.
What?
Sorry,
How do you-
for a minute
what
then,
a
I thought
mashup is
Kirk said he
that?
liked Christmas pudding and cheese.
Absolutely.
But hold on, are you on about like Christmas pudding with grated cheese on it?
No,
Where's cheese come from?
Bloody awful.
no, literally, like Christmas pudding, almost like, obviously like fruitcake. It comes from fruitcake, so people have fruitcake.
You're fruitcake.
And I am, yeah. But people have fruitcake and cheese, like cheddar cheese. Almost
Right.
like you'd have cheese and crackers.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously,
Oh, okay.
because as far as I'm concerned, Christmas pudding and fruitcake is the same thing. I love Christmas pudding with cheddar cheese, almost like cheese and crackers.
Weirdo.
Well, I've never tried it, but I'm definitely going to
I
try
won't be
it.
trying it.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I try and
No.
hope new.
I won't be.
It's not same though if you don't find a quid in it, is it?
No.
A quid.
I know,
Although,
but the
I was
thing-
saying, with
the thing is,
inflation,
though, when you-
you expect a tenner inside a little packet, don't you?
If I'm eating Christmas pudding, I want to find a 20 quid note in it. If I'm eating that rubbish.
So what pudding are you having after your turkey then on Christmas?
Not,
You're going to say you don't like turkey now, aren't you?
No.
Well,
I'm good
I
with
don't.
turkey.
What?
You don't like turkey?
What?
No.
It tastes like
What?
chicken.
No, well, okay.
How do we not even know this?
Well, okay, hold on. Turkey.
Well, we do now.
Saying I don't like it is a bit harsh. Of course, I can eat it, and of course, I eat it every year at Christmas. But it would not be my choice of meat. It would be my bottom choice of meat.
Okay, no, I'm with you on
Bottom.
that. I am with you on that because
Absolutely.
if I could have a choice, I'd have beef.
You see, now beef, yes, if it's cooked right,
Yeah,
you know. But
Yeah.
for
if
me,
it's cooked, yeah.
yeah, you know,
Right.
just cooked correctly, yeah. But no, I think I prefer.
Turkey.
No. Well, I prefer gammon for starters.
Yeah, but you can't have
For
gammon
starters,
for a
you've got to have prawn cocktail. Prawn cocktail for starters.
Starters, yeah.
Yeah, gammon or goose.
Ooh.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, you can
Push
tell
it,
where
bow
money
tie,
is,
here we
can't
go.
you?
Yeah, right.
Goose.
Yeah. I like it. You ever tried one of them five birds? Five.
What, in one night? Dan Sheffield Light District. Is that what you're talking about?
We're talking about Christmas dinner, aren't we?
Yeah, 5 bird roast.
Having a good Christmas.
Where they stuff them inside each other.
Oh, hang on. Are you sure? Are we talking about?
We are, yes.
Ah,
Get your mind out at gutter.
Okay.
Yes, you can. They're quite a popular thing. I think. In fact, I think they do up to like a 7 bird roast.
Jesus.
Have you seen them where you've got like?
Could you imagine him doing that with a mammal? They're shoving a pig inside a cow, and then shoving a sheep inside a pig.
I don't think they do it while they're alive, though. In all fairness.
I don't know how wrong it is that I can't hear the word roast. Where you go 5 bird and then followed by roast, and you go, get your mind out the gutter.
So,
Yes.
so what are you having for your dinner if you don't like turkey?
No, I like turkey. It's Kirk that don't like turkey.
It's Christmas pudding. You don't like,
Christmas
isn't it?
pudding, I
Sorry,
don't like
What
mince
pudding
pies.
is it you're having?
Pudding. I'm just having celebrations after. That's it.
Oh my
It's
God.
dinner celebrations. I'm happy.
The trouble is with celebrations, ours are nearly gone. You buy them all in the
by Christmas.
2 for
Well, you're on
7
second
quid.
You know
Sure.
what you've done, Mark? You're born too early. You're born too early.
Well, what I did, and I don't know if you know this, you know they're in plastic tub things now, aren't they? But you don't have to break the seal on the front. If you get like a spoon or whatever, and you can pop it open from back. It makes me feel like I'm 7.
We're giving away trade secrets here, aren't we?
So Mark.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, me at
You.
last. Yes.
What is your typical Christmas Day dinner then?
Well, it's traditional, other than the.
For the benefit of people out there, dinner we mean dinner in the day, lunch.
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 Yes.
Dinner.
Yeah, none of it was breakfast, dinner, and tea.
Yes.
Where we come from.
Yeah.
No, breakfast, lunch, and tea.
No, where are you
Yeah.
from?
Where do you have your dinner?
Where's dinner then?
No, there's no dinner. Dinners can be same as tea. You have your lunch at lunchtime, as in 12 o'clock.
When
and then
you were
your
at
tea
school, it was dinner time.
No, we're lunchtime.
So
Aye,
what
it
did you
was
have?
dinner
Did you
time
have
for
like
us.
you know the women that went round and they were really strict and bossy? Were they called lunch ladies?
No, they're called dinner ladies.
Boom!
Boom, there you go.
Hey, coincidentally, it's not Christmas related, but do you know they're not called dinner ladies anymore? They're called
Oh, they're
lunch
called lunch
supervisors.
They're called lunch ladies.
Lunch supervisors.
Anyway,
Lunch
we're
soup.
talking about
There we go. I'm right.
Christmas. So
Yeah, no,
Christmas
yes.
dinner.
Yes.
So you call it Christmas dinner?
Christmas dinner.
And what time do you have it?
Well, tea time.
Oh, right,
later in the
okay.
day, about three.
I think he's lying.
About 3-4 o'clock.
All right, okay, cool. So
Yeah.
what's your Christmas dinner
we'll,
lunch?
Well, turkey, pigs in blankets, few peas, some carrots.
Peas?
Peas. Yeah, I like peas. Peas are good. What's wrong with you? What are you
peas
looking at
are
me like
peas.
I
for?
don't like peas.
I mean,
exactly.
What about the sprout?
Oh, yes.
Well, no,
Absolutely.
No, I might have 2.
Yeah.
2 small ones.
I have to try them every year to see if I still don't like them.
I didn't even understand it if you said 1. But why 2?
I might have.
Because it's Christmas.
Yeah, you
That's
don't wanna,
why.
You don't
I'll
wanna
push
leave,
parts
leave
out
one
at
feeling
Christmas
left
time.
out.
I'll have 2. It's Christmas. I'll have 2.
I love sprouts.
No.
I do, especially when they're cooked in like caramelised onion, that sort of, and
Balsamic.
and bacon.
Oh,
with
yes.
bacon bits.
Have you
Yeah.
heard these 2 talking rubbish
absolutely.
about sprouts?
And sausage meat stuffing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love sausage
See,
meat
stuffing, and don't get me wrong, I really like stuffing, especially the, like
you
you're
do.
talking about the really heavily seasoned stuff.
Yeah.
But it can be if you got a big dinner, it can be a lot to go with as well. Because it's like a lot of something else when that dinner's going to be massive anyway.
Yeah.
there
No
no-
problem for Kirk.
No, not at all. Does anyone have anything random on the dinner? Anything like it's not normal, like peas?
Hello, there's nothing wrong with peas.
I mean, no, I love peas, but you don't have them on a Christmas dinner.
You do, because I've only got 2
Right,
sprouts.
what about Yorkshire pudding? Do you have a Yorkshire pudding with your Christmas dinner?
Yeah,
100%,
yes, absolutely.
You've
In
got
fact,
to, haven't
sometimes
you?
I have
There
that
are
as a
people that
starter.
frown at that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you've
Who's
got-
not from
you've got-
Yorkshire?
Really?
Yorkshire pudding, mashed potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
the works. Those, what's they called?
Parsnips.
Parsnips.
Love parsnips.
Them
Oh,
things,
yeah.
and then you brown them. Well, Alan browns them. I'd blacken them if I were cooking them. Obviously, which is probably best.
Mark stays well away from the kitchen on Christmas Day, right?
Well, I know where fridges.
Well, he stays away from the kitchen every day.
He does. He does
Every
stay with
day.
me every day. So has Christmas dinner changed at all? Like through, like when you remember it as a kid?
Yeah.
Is it the same for me when I go? Because I go
Yeah.
to my mum's for Christmas dinner still. And my Christmas dinner now is exactly the same as what it was when I was younger.
So have you had Christmas Day with your mum more or less every year?
Well, there was a bit where my mum lived up in Scotland, so it would have been a bit of a travel.
Very true.
But apart from that, yes, I tend to go and see my mum on Christmas Day.
Because I've found that obviously when you're a kid, I've had Christmas dinner with my parents, and then parents split up and have it with your new parents, and you know.
You got new parents?
You know,
Brand
what I
new
mean.
parents with a brand new mom and dad.
Brand new ones.
That's a different story
That's
for
a
a different
different
time,
story.
that, Mark.
Another day. But then, obviously, when you leave home, and then you start to get with partners, and then you start doing the whole split thing, then, don't you?
Yeah.
One year it's with their family, and the next year it's with their family, and then within that inner circle, when it's their year, it's with on that particular. Second year, it's with that family member, and then
See, I don't have any of that.
it gets
don't
so
don't you do the
confusing.
It's like
Christmas
being
Day and
moved from
Boxing
front
Day?
bench to back bench.
Well,
it's just so.
That's where I'm really lucky. So we normally do Christmas Eve with Daisy's family, and then Christmas Day with my mum if we're not working or whatever, and then Boxing Day I have
A randomer. Just somebody off
kids,
street.
yeah, anyone that wants us. So I've never had that stress of where we're going every
Well,
year.
to answer your actual question, because you move about so often, you tend to get a different Christmas dinner every year because someone different ends up cooking it, or it's certainly different every couple of years. But I wouldn't say there's much difference. I mean, I've had some fantastic Christmas dinners, and I don't think I've ever had a bad one. But guess I'm lucky.
What do your mornings look like? Do you like? I'm a bit naughty on Christmas Day when kids are opening their selection boxes. I'm in fridge. I'm like, it's Christmas. Do you know what I mean? And
we don't mean for food, do we, Mark?
No, not at all.
No.
It's Christmas. You have
No.
a beer with your breakfast, and you're like, hey. No.
I knew you
No.
were going to say that. I don't. I'd probably start drinking about midday, 12 o'clock.
Right.
After I've had it, because in all fairness, we get up ridiculously early.
Why? To open presents?
Well, I think it stemmed from my mum is a massive Christmas fan. And even when we got to the ages of like 16, 17, still at home, 18, 19, and 6 o'clock in the morning, she's coming upstairs, knocking on bedroom door. He's been. I'm 19, Mum.
How old are you? 19?
19. He's been.
And you still thought there was Santa Claus?
That's another story. But obviously because you want to live it for your mum, so you're like, oh, fantastic, Mum, he's been, you go along with it. Downstairs we go, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, he's eating half of the mince pies as
But-
well, Mum, look.
Look, randomly,
Well, it wouldn't have been me.
we won't finish opening presents till 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah. You think, how many presents did we get? But, I mean, a bit stupid. They'd wrap, like, Lynx bottles up individually and put them in secret packaging, so you didn't know it was a Lynx bottle.
This brings me onto a good question, because I think I know your answer, Rob, more than anything, but do you prefer to give or take?
Give.
Really?
Absolutely.
Really?
Do you know what, right? You might be surprised by this, but
I'm surprised by it because
when
I
it
don't
comes-
get old from it.
when it...
So I don't know what he's screwing out with that for.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done, mate. I'll give you that one.
Can't wait for this Christmas because I'm going to get something.
Genuinely, the amount of time I take to decide presents for people, I like to buy them something that I know they'll really like. I can't just do that whole generic buying of just, well, they're like that, I'll get them that. They're like that, I'll get them that. I will have to put quite a bit of time into each person and what they get, which can be a nightmare. But I do. But the problem is that I really want to see them open that present. I don't want to give it to them and then not be able to see them open it because I've put that much thought into the buying that I want to see the reaction when they open it.
Yeah, you get the joy from that person
I
opening it.
do, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I can, obviously, and I love opening presents, and I think I'm quite, what's the word?
Animated?
Yes, animated. When I open a present, if I like it, you'll know about it. It's very rare that I don't think anyone's really bought me a present. Maybe your aunties and your uncles when they buy things and you go, really? Is that for me? Yeah, an action man? With Barbie?
As I've got older, I find it quite awkward receiving gifts now.
Yeah.
I find it quite. I much prefer to be sat on whether it was Christmas Day. We technically do two Christmas mornings because the kids live with the mum, so we go round to their house on Christmas Day and watch them open the presents at the mum's, and then they come to me Christmas Day evening, and then this. Get up on Boxing Day, and it's like another Christmas day for them.
Again, yeah.
So they love it. It's like having two Christmas days. But I much prefer to be sat on the periphery watching people open gifts and
Yeah,
watching the faces and watching, how
It's just
they
nice
react
being
and
in that
stuff like
environment, isn't it?
You know, the amount of times on Christmas Day or Boxing Day, whenever it is, and people say, "Oh, are you going to open yours? Are you going?" And I'm like, "No, I'm all right. I'm all right with them. I want to watch you." That's where I get my enjoyment from.
Yeah.
I find it quite awkward sat opening presents and
The eyes are on you.
and people looking at you, and you're just like.
I get that, because I'm the same. I'm the same with presents. Not
Yeah.
that I really get any. I certainly don't get any from Rob. So I never. But I know what you're saying. I'm exactly the same. I don't like attention. I don't like,
The thing is, for me as well, is if someone else, like if people's opening presents, it doesn't matter if it's come from me to someone else or to me from someone else. If someone's opening a present and someone else starts opening it, that messes with my levels. I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. He's opening a present from that person. That person's put a lot of time, might have put a lot of time into that present. So let's watch and see what they've got.
We can tell the person that hasn't got kids.
That was another
Rob's
point.
the only person that choreographs Christmas Day, innit?
Literally.
Imagine. Sorry, can we do that take again?
and do you also do the Rob? As in, what you've bought the people. So do you go, well, I'll do that one. I'll save this one. And do you put an order in your head? Who's going to open what?
Build up to the crescendo.
They're numbered.
Are they-
They're physically numbered on the label. It's if I buy Gemma 10 presents, they're numbered 10 to 1.
And do you leave
and she opens them in that order.
And is one the best or is
Is
10
that
the
what
best?
I said? Well,
One's the best.
Yeah.
One's the best.
Yeah, because normally, if you buy them something that kind of coincides with something else,
Yeah.
you can't have them open that before that. It gives it away, doesn't it?
So her best present is always the last one. She
Number
opens.
one, yeah.
Last present she opens.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Again, you can tell who ain't got kids.
Yeah. Well, this is it, right? When you haven't got kids, Christmas is still about you.
Yeah.
And I know, and that can sound stupid from a 40-year-old. It feels a bit stupid saying it, but it is, because it is. If you haven't got kids, then it is still about you and and obviously your wife, partner, whatever it is that you're with. But yeah, it is about you. But thankfully, we've got nieces and nephews, and when you are in their company, then it is definitely more about them. But when you're on your own, it's
I
about
must
you.
admit, the only thing I really miss about Christmas. No, that's wrong. I used to work in retail, as you know. The only thing I really miss about working in retail is Christmas. I used to love that time. This, the buzz that's around, people are buying things, and the conversations. Oh, are you all ready then? No matter you've never seen him before in your life.
Yeah.
You all ready then? Do you know what I mean?
Are you wrapped?
Yeah. And it's just a really good. I mean, I know there's a lot of stress at Christmas as well, particularly if you go to Meadowhall and shopping centres like that. It's just absolute chaos, isn't it? And I feel sorry for people.
I just don't go there.
People
I
who work
avoid
in
it from,
really busy retail spaces like that.
I avoid Meadowhall from about mid-November till mid-January.
You see, whereas I love going on Christmas Eve, that's when I go and do my shopping.
You leave it that late?
Yeah.
Is that for the sales or for the quietness?
No, you find that it's a bit quieter on Christmas Eve, and you do.
Well, I'm not surprised, if I'm honest, because most people have bought their presents by Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And wrapped them. They're all the time like, oh, this is going to kill. It's like, oh no, I can't believe they've sold out.
Do you know what? That is the only biggest issue. The times when I go around, I think, right, I just need to get this, and this, and I'll go into a shop and I'll go to, and they're like, no, we've sold out, and that's when my world falls apart.
Yeah. What do you mean you've sold out? Well, you do know it's Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah.
And we're shut in 5 minutes.
Literally, shutters. I'm one of them that's ducking under shutters as they're coming down. I enjoy it. I quite like the buzz of it. I quite like almost like the stress of it. But the only time I really hate the part of it is then sitting on Christmas Eve and wrapping everything.
Yeah.
I've got 3 kids, and you can imagine how many gifts it is to wrap and stuff
Well,
like
so anyone
that.
would think it'd lend itself towards doing your Christmas shopping a bit earlier, then, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm going to say, you know what you can do to avoid that, don't you?
Yeah, that's just boring, isn't it? That's just boring.
What is that?
Shop earlier.
Shop earlier.
Oh.
Even if it's only a day earlier.
I thought you were going to like shop online and get them to wrap it, because obviously.
Well, yeah, I mean that is a point. Yeah.
So are we? Do you watch? Should I say? Watch? Were you like religious in watching? religious.
I'm not religious.
Religiously watching the Queen's speech every year.
No.
Did you watch it?
I
No.
hardly
I've not
watch
been
it.
one for that either.
No, so you won't necessarily watch the King's speech then.
Well, if it's on,
Well, I'll probably watch.
If it's on, it will be on.
I'll probably watch the King.
I meant,
I think
if
it's busy.
if it's on my TV or the TV of the house that I'm in at the time, of
Yeah.
course I'd watch it.
No, I
Sorry.
think I will watch the King's speech because it's his first
Yeah.
one.
Right.
So
I
I'll
agree
watch
with
it
that.
for that reason.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I
I'd watch it.
What about you, Kurt? Were you one for watching it?
Is it his first one?
Yeah. It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I think
Yeah.
you'll find last year were his first one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hey,
sure?
you're right, you know.
I know I am.
Well, I didn't see it. I thought it was this year's.
No?
That's a
Who
good
do you
point,
think
actually.
did last year's then?
That's a good point, now.
I mean, I'm
When
sat
did she
here
die?
just laughing as if I didn't. I'm going.
She only died last week, didn't she?
I'm saying I watch it every year. I'm clearly like, well, that's your problem when you're opening a fridge at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's how King's speeches, and you're thinking, is this
Can
the
I just
real
say
one or the
something
film?
then, guys? For the benefit of the tape, can you edit that bit out? Because that makes me look a right banana.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Thanks.
If it's one thing I love is being right.
So, did he do the? Did he do a?
He absolutely did the King's speech last
Well,
year.
here's me looking forward to the first one, and he's done it.
You have to get it on catch up, mate.
Move on.
So will you be watching the King's speech then, Mark? You asked the question.
Yeah, I will. I'll be watching it for the second time.
Well, I won't be because I missed the first one, and it's his second one, so it don't count. So,
So
no,
what,
I,
will you be watching any telly? Or do you not bother at all?
no, I do. I watch a bit of telly. Yeah, I mean,
films
Christmas.
or-
No, Christmas Day is an inconvenience to me personally. It's just
What?
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is it an inconvenience?
Because it's not a normal day for me. I like normal days. I like normality. So it's just, like, you know, shops aren't open and it's busy. I'm like, get Christmas Day out of the way. Seriously,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I don't think I wouldn't have said it's busy. I guess roads get busier these days because people tend to travel around and go and see different families. But
Yeah, people.
but other than the roads are busy, I wouldn't say anywhere else is busy.
Yeah, it's just no, it's just inconveniences, man. I just don't like Christmas Day and Boxing Day. In that sense of the word, I'd rather it be a normal day.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not.
We've got someone go there for a Christmas special, haven't we, podcast?
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's listeners out there who's going, you know what, I can relate to that.
What's that black and white sweet?
Listen, I know I'm sounding a bit odd bar humbug, but it just doesn't do it for me, Christmas. It really don't.
Well, other than Mark having his TV switched off all day on Christmas Day, what do you watch on Christmas Day, Mark?
To be honest, I won't necessarily watch anything religious on Christmas Day, other than Queen's speech, obviously now the King's speech. The normal animated stuff's on the telly in the morning when you get up. Do you know what I mean? Kids are watching whatever's on, and it's usually some Christmas film of some sort. Usually, all your Christmas films, you're watching on the run-up to Christmas in the excitement, aren't you? Miracle on 34th Street and Home Alone, Elf,
Yes.
All
Is Home Alone a Christmas film?
Home Alone is definitely
Home
a
Alone?
Christmas film.
Are you
hold
thinking?
on.
Hang on, are you thinking about Die Hard?
Well, I'm also yes, I am thinking about Die Hard as well. Well, there's a difference between a Christmas film and a film that's set
Set
at
in
Christmas.
Yeah, true.
Well, no, because I think there's a message within Home Alone, isn't there? He gets left at home. They go on their holidays. He's like,
Yeah, but it's not about Christmas, is it?
Well, it depends where.
No, not really.
It's not got necessarily Father Christmas in it, or
I mean, let's face it, it's about child abuse and and people trying to rob houses.
yeah.
Claire,
And
you're sounding like me,
But
like,
there's the
with
Christmas
Christmas.
element. He goes to church. He meets that old guy that everyone's scared of, that thinks like he's some sort of serial killer or whatever, who turns out to be
Sounds really Christmassy.
Well, it turns out that he's actually a really good guy. He's fallen out of favour with his family, his daughter, and they, And
I'm just
a bit of
glad Mark's
advice,
telling us the story of Home Alone like
'cause
we've
I
never
didn't
seen
know.
it before.
But do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's the warmness of how he brings their family back together almost, because he says, look, why don't you just talk to her? And he talks to her, and they get back together for Christmas, and you see it through a window, and it's
Yeah.
like, they're all happy.
Okay,
and his family
so
gets
He's on a roll.
it's
hang on,
before we get to the credits.
But it's a very Christmassy film.
Mark, tell us about number 2 and number 3.
The number 2 was pretty good. Number 3
he's
was
off.
absolutely
He's off.
dog.
So is Die Hard a Christmas film then?
No.
So what?
No. But Die Hard is just a film that you're used to seeing every
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yes.
It's just what they put out at Christmas, therefore it becomes one of those staple
I have
Christmas
watched it in
films.
summertime, though. I must admit, it's been on telly at summertime.
Oh, you rebel!
Oh.
I didn't watch it. I just knew it was on.
All right,
And actually, Die Hard 3 is the best one, in my
it
opinion.
is. I agree.
I've not seen it.
Ooh.
I agree. Die Hard 3.
Samuel L. Jackson.
That's
it's a
the one
good
with the
one.
taxi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I really like.
Oh, he's off again.
It's the Peter Says or not Peter Says.
Simon says.
Simon Says.
Yeah.
Simon says,
Yeah, it's a name.
Someone
No,
like
but I really like the one where he's supposed to be his son, and is it Die Another?
Oh, that's
Dino,
number
yeah.
four.
A Good Day
That's
to
a
Die
James
Hard.
Bond.
Yeah.
That's the
Number
one.
4.
And I know it's a bit far-fetched. Isn't the first one? He's climbing through air vents in a tower and saving the world. But you know,
He likes describing films, doesn't he?
I can just picture it.
What
And
happened after that, Mark?
the helicopter
He's
crash
like
that
Barry
comes up
Norman
near
from
the subway.
80s.
But no,
film
I mean,
review.
But I mean, Die Hard. I can't say that it's a Christmas film. I mean, so in that respect, Miracle on 34th Street.
Never seen it.
That's a good film.
That is a Christmas. Is that a Christmas film, or is that just filmed at Christmas and coincidentally a guy who thinks it's Father Christmas?
I've never seen it.
A film that Kirk's not seen.
I've not seen
Wow,
it.
that's a
Kirk,
great
welcome
film.
to the club.
What?
Good film, that. You've missed a good film there, Kirk.
Where all the world are seemingly queuing up outside the court waiting for the result.
Don't worry, I'll just listen to Mark. He can tell me all about it.
Absolutely.
Listen
Here's
to
an
Barry
oldie.
Norman over here.
Have you seen this one, though, Mark? Yes, you.
Me?
Yes, you. A Wonderful Life.
I knew you were going there. I knew, because that's one I haven't seen that I've been told I have to
This
watch.
is with
and that's missed me. That.
what's his name? Is it Gregory Peck or no?
Grant is in there, I'm sure
Cary
it is.
Grant. That's
Cary
it. It's an
Grant.
old black and white film.
Yes,
it's classed
yeah.
as I know it's classed as the best Christmas film of
Yeah.
all time.
It is a great film.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's one that people keep talking about, and I've never ever managed to sit down
I've
to
never
watch.
seen
I mean,
it.
don't get me wrong, it's one of those films that could quite easily be overhyped and you're expecting something, spectacular. And
It's not like
that
Die
doesn't
Hard,
really happen.
I think sometimes you have to appreciate something for its time, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of them films.
Well, while we're talking about Christmas films, I'll tell you what I did love about Christmas, and I still do now, is James Bond films on Christmas Day. That used to be a thing.
Really?
And I think you guys are old enough to
Where?
remember. Can you not remember that they used to put James Bond films on Christmas Day?
Yes, I do.
can
Yes,
you
I do
remember?
remember
I'm
that.
not sure I
yes.
remember that.
I mean,
Yeah.
they put them on all time, all over at time, but it were those films that Christmas Day or even Boxing Day, James Bond film. And
Yeah.
I used to sit down and watch it with my mum and dad.
It was almost
particularly my
like
dad.
free film time, wasn't it, at Christmas? Because you got,
Yeah.
if you weren't good at pictures or whatever, you got to watch Superman and,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you said, Back to the Future and James Bond and...
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? That's when I think of Christmas. That is what I think of. I'm
Iconic
very
films.
nostalgic, and I really do. I tend to think back to the 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
That's what that's what my brain sits as. What is Christmas? Late 80s, early 90s. Superman.
You're talking about the original for some
Yeah,
long,
original
aren't we?
films. The original.
Christopher
Yeah.
Settee with loads of sweets and
Stuff that you
just
watched as a
stuff in your
kid
face.
that has just lived with you for all these years.
Because it were those times where we didn't have internet. We didn't have Blockbuster videos. Way back
Blockbuster
early.
videos, he's going back
way,
years,
way
isn't he?
back then. And the only
The
time
laminated membership card.
the only time you could see these films were on TV.
That's right.
And they used to hold them back and put them on, around Easter time or around Christmas time.
Sorry, going back to Blockbuster, I'm sure, and I don't know if it was Blockbuster or movies, where you used to go in to make yourself a member, and you had to go back to collect your membership card because they had to laminate it for you. Can you remember? Because they weren't laminated, you just laminate. And
I think
you
you
had to
were
go make
Blockbuster.
yourself, and you
I
had
think
to
you
go
were.
back for it, didn't you? Another day,
Yeah.
be ready in 2 days. It was just
Yeah.
a bit of card that were laminated with a number printed on
Yeah,
it.
but they gave you a temporary one that you could get a video out straight away, like a little piece of
A
paper.
handwritten one.
Yeah.
Do you know I've never been a member of Blockbuster?
Wow.
I was never, and the only reason being because everywhere I've lived had a local video shop.
Yeah,
So
right.
you just went to your local, like in Kimberworth, it was movies.
Oh, yeah.
Near my dad, there was another video shop, can't remember what it was called, but yeah, there was always somewhere nearby. But what an experience that was, going to pick a movie.
Yeah.
Oh my
mean,
god!
I mean, can you imagine nowadays, youngsters of today going, well, let's watch a film. Let's get in car, drive 2 miles to Blockbuster, go in, look round the store, pick one, no, not that one, this one, get some...
That one's ran out. That one's sold out.
Yeah, there's none of that.
Yeah, you tag on them, your green or your red tags
then-
that you used to put on them to say that it's
Exactly, and then queue up, get it back in car, go home, watch it, and then drive back next day.
Rewind- have to rewind it.
Rewind it.
God,
Before you watch
rewinding
it.
Oh,
You end up getting a yellow card, don't you, when you go back for your next video?
Yeah.
You got to take it back in.
and they
Oh,
used
you
to
didn't
check it, didn't
rewind
they?
your
They
last
used to
one.
check it. They used to check. You've not rewound this. Oh, it'd be like what? It'd be like World War Three.
I don't know if this was a bit before your time, Kit, but obviously growing up on a council estate, and there were a guy, and I'm not kidding, he used to, and I don't know what happened to him, or even where he came from, and there was a guy that used to drive around the estate, I don't know, if once a week or once a month, I can't remember what the frequency was, and he had rented videos out of the boot of his car, and he used to go out, and he'd pop his boot up, and then you go out, and you're like, oh yeah, and you obviously...
Sounds legit, that.
Yeah, you used to have to put your hand in his pocket for some reason. I don't know what all about.
While we're down there every
real,
night.
that.
What? Are you pocketing it? Yeah, no problem,
You know,
mate.
you were talking earlier about, like, come Christmas Day, you could, like, before Blockbuster, would you get your TV guide? Did you all
used to
have
the
your
love
radio,
TV
the radio
guide?
times and the TV times.
And the absolute excitement of what's on this Christmas, because
Fantastic.
your TV guide didn't go that far in advance, did it? So you'd have to
TV
get
guide?
it.
No, God, no.
Oh, your TV.
And having
Well,
to sit there with your granddad showing him how to use Video Plus.
Well,
Yeah, we
Yes.
could.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
I've got-
50-digit number. 1, 7, 3... And you're like, 10 minutes later, you've just... Oh, no, that's not right. Go back, do it again. Oh, what? Video
Well,
Plus?
I'm going back even further, because when you're going like TV guide, don't go back. What TV guide? There were no TV guide. We had CFAX and teletext.
No, I'm talking about the one that you bought.
The magazine.
Magazine, yeah.
Yeah, I, know, I understand that.
All
but
right.
Rob said about the guide didn't go back further enough. I presume you're talking about the guide on the TV.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about when there were no guides on TV.
Yeah, it's true.
So we just had teletext or CFAX,
Yeah,
and they didn't go back in time. It was just what were on that day.
Yeah.
You couldn't look what were on next day because there were
No.
not enough pages. But yeah, the TV magazine. Sorry, we used to. My mum and dad used to buy them, Radio Times, TV Time, and then I used to highlight what I was going to do with circle, and then fold the magazines together so there was.
So what, on slate?
With a chalk. And my abacus, I used to go, oh yeah. And then I used to fold the magazines together so when you open one, the other one opened.
My grandma and granddad had a outer that they would buy the TV Times and then put it in its own like outer, like book cover.
Oh, a bit like in
Wow.
school
Like a
books,
leatherette,
wrapping them
a
in-
leatherette book cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's another level.
I tell you what always makes me laugh, it always sticks in my head that, again, back in them days, that my girlfriend at the time was looking through the TV Times and stuff, and she looked at me, she went, hey, what's this programme that's on all the time at Christmas? I said, what do you mean? She went, there's always this thing on, and it says here in book, and it's on about 4 or 5 times a day, every day over Christmas. I went, what is it? She went, I don't know, it's called TBC. Yeah, it just
Did
sticks
you
with me
ever
that.
try watching? See, I'll tune in to see what.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does stick with me that. He
So,
does.
come on then, what's your favourite Christmas film?
Does it have to be crisp, as in themed
Yes,
around
actually,
Christmas?
no, actual
Otherwise,
Christmas
I would
film.
have said an Easter film. Wouldn't I?
Well,
Well, first off, that depends whether you class it as a Christmas film or
Well,
not.
so no, in your own mind, you know, it's a Christmas film. In your own mind, what's your
Yeah,
favourite
so not
Christmas
a film that's on at Christmas, a Christmas film. What is your favourite Christmas film?
Okay. Well, I'm happy
yeah.
to go first.
I've got one. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
And I'm going to say Home Alone.
Okay.
And I'm going to, and I know what you're thinking, Kirk. So I'll give you one just to satisfy you.
Thank you.
And that's National Lampoons.
Great.
Yes, it's
Oh,
a great
okay.
film. That
Great film.
great film.
Okay.
And would you say that's a Christmas film?
Yes, at a push, but yes.
He's picky. He's
It's at a
picky.
push.
It's brilliant.
He's
Isn't
picky.
it?
What about you then, Mark? Go on.
Me?
Yeah.
This is an easy one for me because it relates to my son Ethan, and that's Polar Express. That is a Christmas film.
Another one I've not seen.
I thought you were gonna say no. That's not a Christmas
No,
film.
it certainly
It's
is.
a little
That's a
bit
Christmas
dark as well, Polar Express, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah,
but
little bit.
It's a little bit dark, but I just remember watching it with Ethan. In fact, I think I even took him to cinema to watch it.
And
But
do you know that they're currently making the prequel
I didn't.
with Tom Hanks
I didn't.
on Netflix?
Yeah, I don't think Ethan would probably be that interested in this second one. But,
Maybe not. He's a bit older now, isn't he?
But I didn't know that. No, I didn't.
Yeah, they are. Anyway.
What about you, Mark? Other Mark?
Yes.
So when
Me?
I was
Other
young,
Mark?
when I was really young, my favourite ever Christmas film, and I loved it, absolutely loved it, and it was a Christmas Eve film every year. Santa Claus the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Allen, is it?
No. It's I don't
John
know. I can't remember his
Candy?
name,
We
but
can't know.
he's a big guy, like an American. I don't know. I forgot his name.
As in the, I'm guessing this is an original
it's an 80s,
then.
It's
so
an
an
80s film, yeah.
Attenborough.
And it's got Dudley Moore in it. Dudley Moore gets caught up with this guy who's making these dodgy candy. In fact, Dudley Moore makes the candy with the elves.
He's an elf, isn't he? Does he play an elf? No.
That's right. And then he ends up giving it to
I'm
loads
convinced
of people.
I've definitely seen it, but
You must have.
feel
It's
like
probably
I
the most played Christmas film of all time.
So come on then, Kirk.
Kirk, yours.
Here we go.
I've got two, and I can't
Nope.
separate them.
Well, you want one?
Well, I've
the
got
Christmas
two.
films.
Yeah, the Christmas films. So,
Oh, well,
Well,
go on then.
we'll-
We'll be the judge of that.
We'll be judges
well,
of this.
I love the Grinch.
Not Christmas.
I just
Yeah.
do. I don't know why.
The Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, and I am a fan of Jim Carrey, so maybe
Okay.
that's where it comes
Yeah.
from. But I also do love A Christmas Carol.
Not Christmas.
Okay.
Which one? There's been loads of incarnations,
one?
haven't there?
I actually quite like them all. I think they all do a good job because fundamentally it's a good story. But if I had to pick one as my favourite, I would actually say the one that is it Disney that did again, where Jim Carrey voiced the
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He didn't just voice
Scrooge.
it, he acted it out. It was all
yeah,
great.
yeah,
It was all-
yeah, all rigged up, weren't it? But yeah, that's probably my favourite. If I had to put
My favourite,
It's Christmas Carol.
Muppets,
Yeah,
is
okay.
by far the best version. And I'm not joking.
I like it. I
Muppets
like it. I
is
do like
definitely
it.
the best version. It's so
I'm
light-hearted.
surprised. I'm surprised that nobody's mentioned Elf. Because that came from nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost like, all the Christmas films have been made. That's it. There is no more. There are no more. And then Elf came out in, 2003 or whatever. And it were like, boom. And they were like, wow, this is the...
Yeah, it took off, didn't it?
Yeah,
This might be a Robism, but I've got a feeling
You've not seen it.
that I've seen something on Netflix that talks about the story behind Elf.
There is
and how
one
it
on
was
there.
made.
Yes, there is.
Is it
one
on
there.
Netflix?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, and I've watched it, and it's really interesting.
I don't know this. What's the story behind that?
Well,
Bear in mind, I've not seen
do you
the
know
film.
what, mate?
You've not seen it?
No.
Oh my days! Mark,
Do you
come
guys not
on.
know that I've not seen many films?
Yeah, I know you've not seen many films, but there's some films that you really should watch because
He's too busy sulking on Christmas Day that it's Christmas Day.
Why
Why do you put telly on, Mark? Nope.
No, I have
because
the
James
TV
Bond's
on.
not on.
Listen, I turn the tree lights on. So, I mean, that's something.
Oh well.
I sit and watch
At least
TV, but I
something's
just want
turned on.
Christmas Day to get on.
I
'cause
bet
I
they're
think-
in alphabetical order as well, aren't they?
Boys, this has just popped into my head talking about Home Alone.
Yeah.
Do you remember number 2, where
Oh,
Macaulay
hello.
Culkin?
Do you need a toilet?
Macaulay Culkin in number 2 had a device called a Talk Boy, which was the silver voice recorder that he ran round with, recording people's voices and playing it, and he used it
Okay,
for the guy in the
yeah,
shower.
yes.
I was obsessed with that gadget, and I wanted it so bad. I must have put it on my Christmas list 4 times. Never got it. I was absolutely devastated. However,
Do they exist? That's the point.
Oh yeah, well, I think they made it based on that. But then fast forward about a year later, another company came out with another one that was actually better. It wasn't the Talk Boy, whatever. But my God, did I use that all the time? It was so funny.
Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
Because
You do it.
air quotes.
I don't know why I
No
did
one
them.
can see us.
For the benefit of the tape,
Do you know what? He said no one can see us. I'm sat here with a Christmas jumper on, a big hat with bells on end. Mark, you're dressed as an elf.
I know.
And
Did
they
you think
can't
we're
even
gonna-
see
Did you think we're
us.
going to have an audience?
Big elf.
Big elf.
Big elf.
And they can't even see
said,
us.
Rob said would feel more Christmassy.
Well, I do. I feel like I am. I feel Christmassy.
How did you think I felt going to a shop buying double cream and single cream dressed like an elf?
It's the fact that we've turned up in costumes and these boys haven't.
Yeah.
That's the annoying thing.
Yeah, well, take that from what you will. So, obviously, what you talked about toys then, is there something that you wanted as a kid that
yeah,
you never got?
Absolutely.
loads.
Go on,
Right.
give us one. Mark.
It's a good answer, yeah, loads.
Okay, right.
We are going there.
Okay,
Trauma time.
Battleships for a start.
Oh, I love Battleship.
Now, when I say battleships, I need to explain. I need to be a context to it. So I put down electronic battleships.
Right.
The one where, obviously, you press the button and it will explode and
Yeah,
all this.
where
lot.
you programmed it and where your ships were beforehand.
I think so,
Yeah.
but I never got it, so I don't know. But there were lights on it as well. Now, I ended up with the plastic version, what you put pegs in. And I was like, yeah, that's great. That's battleships, but not battleships I want. So that's the toy I never ended up with. I ended up with battleships, but not the electronic
Were you
version.
upset?
Oh, yeah, I were.
Have you not bought it yourself since?
No.
No. I love battleships.
I mean, I was probably about 6 at the time, but I never got it. So I was disappointed. What about you guys?
Well, I have got a bit of a story about a Christmas present, but it's not one that I didn't get. It's one that I got, and I found out I got it before Christmas.
Oh,
So-
you went looking.
There's no,
No,
worse,
I didn't
is there?
need to. So I was laid in bed, and I don't know, it might have been 2 or 3 days before Christmas, and I'm, I can't remember. I would have been 13, let's say 14, and my mum came upstairs. Mark, can you help me with something? Yeah, no problem. Went downstairs, and she was stuck on a level on Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive. And I was like, "What's this?" I just need. And she couldn't beat Robotnik and the level 3 or whatever it were, Green Zone.
And this was your Christmas
Is
present?
this your Christmas
Well,
present?
it turned out it was my Christmas present.
And what you might?
It got the better of her. She couldn't help it. So I'm opening it on Christmas Day. I'm like, oh!
Well,
yeah. And then the pennies drop. Obviously, at that age, you're not as sharp as what... I'm thinking, why is everyone playing on the computer game? And then it turned out my Christmas present.
Did your mum not think that? Hang on, I'm asking Mark to help me with this level, and he's not played it yet because it's his Christmas present.
She
He hasn't played it. He don't even know he's got it.
Exactly, that's my point. So
Yeah.
why is she asking Mark when she's like, well, he's not
Yeah.
even played it yet?
So I'm trying to go to sleep because I've got school tomorrow. And I'm helping my mum on Sonic the Hedgehog that I've not yet got.
And don't tell me that she then wrapped it up and put it under the tree.
Yeah. I beat Robotnik, by the way.
Of course.
Well,
And then I beat him again on Christmas Day.
I feel like I need to put the music, the Radio 2 music underneath that bit. Do, 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 It would work well.
Absolutely. So what toys do you remember though back from when we were lads? What like really popular toys and or what were really popular at the time?
Do you remember Boglins?
Yes.
It were Boglins, weren't
They're
they?
them
Not-
with the heads that you pulled.
Well,
Is
well
that
they
not
were.
that?
Well,
They
you put
were
your hand
made-
in them, didn't
you
you?
put your hand in them, and they were
Oh,
really
yeah.
rubbery, and
Yeah.
they were all
Did they look
ugly.
like ugly little?
Yeah,
Gremlins, like
Well,
gremlins.
yeah,
They were
little
like a
witches
head
and
with
stuff.
arms,
Yeah.
and they're big. They
Yeah.
had proper eyeballs and stuff.
They were
Yeah.
squilly, yeah, I remember
Gremlins. Now
that.
there's another Christmas film.
Yeah.
Definitely a
having
Christmas
that.
film.
I'm not having that.
What about you, Kurt? Did you have a Christmas present that you wanted that you never got, or one that you got and you were blown away by?
I wouldn't say I never got any wanted one that I didn't get. There was one that I kept asking for a while, and then it was a couple of years after when I got it, and that was a scale electric.
Yeah. Well, I think we all wanted scale.
Yeah,
electrics,
but
didn't we?
looking back now, thinking back as an adult, the reason why I didn't get it is we had nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they
You
were
don't
massive.
think you don't think like that as
They're
a
massive,
child, do you?
aren't
Do
they?
you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But when I finally did get one, I mean, I loved my scale electric set. I absolutely loved it. So no, there was nothing I didn't really, did not get.
Do you know the best present I ever got was one that I never actually asked for, and oh my god, brilliant! A Yamaha DJX keyboard.
DJX, you remember them?
Oh my days! I absolutely loved that thing. And to say that I didn't want, I didn't say I didn't want it. I didn't know I was getting it. I didn't ask for it.
Oh, the samples
and I
on
got
it.
it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this is amazing. And you had the ribbon pad that you could go
Yeah.
up and down on,
Yeah.
and the pitch shifter, so you could play. Well, later on in life when it came out, you could play. Is it 9 p.m. ATB?
9 p.m. like home.
Well,
Yeah.
2 questions for you then. So one, why did your parents? Why did they randomly buy that for you?
Well, I think they knew that I liked music, and I
okay.
seem to have this fascination with trying to make music that I didn't have anything to do with. It's hard
Okay,
with pots
yeah,
and
fair
pans. And so
Trying
they
to get the
thought,
key
let's
right.
get him a keyboard. And they bought me that particular one, which was a bit cool.
Yeah, cool.
I've done it again. I did
air
the thing.
quotes.
I did the
Air
air
quotes.
quotes
Yeah.
again.
Cool.
It doesn't even make sense.
And secondly, did you end up actually playing any
Yeah,
stuff
well,
on it?
I didn't end up playing the piano. I can play the piano.
Yeah, twinkle, twinkle.
It had quite a lot of effects. Ended up making more like outros and intros to TV programs and stuff like that. I mean, I used to make my own little radio shows with it. It was brilliant. What a present that was. But then, just talking
Can't go
about some
back.
older things. Do you remember, like back in this was like more 80s. Like the light boards you used to get where you had like a pen and you pressed it and it lit up certain colours and
I
stuff.
vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely a late 80s thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a bit older than that. I remember Etch a Sketch, so that
Yeah.
didn't light up. That would just
I
you
still
turn
remember
knobs and
Etch-a-Sketch.
little like
It probably was roundabout. It was probably the updated version of that. But you used to love all those creative toys, spirographs, Where you sit
Spirograph.
for hours
Yeah,
doing all
just
different...
with wheels.
Yeah.
Doing patterns. I thought that were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of them.
It was always chaos Christmas, wasn't it? There were just toys and boxes and paper everywhere.
And
wasn't
that's the sad thing about now, though, isn't it?
It's not so much the case, is it?
It's really not.
No.
Kids are like, can I have some AirPods? They're about 4-inch square
Yeah.
box or whatever, and they're
Yeah.
like 200 quid.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're buying presents, and you're not. I mean, I'm not saying you should buy things for volume reasons or whatever, but yeah, you look at stuff and you think the value of, it doesn't seem like you
When I think back to when I was there around that age, around 12 years old, it was almost like all about volume. It was all about volume of presents. How many presents have you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter what they were. It didn't matter. It was just that shock of walking into a room and just seeing how many presents there were and stuff like that. And they could have been things that cost 10p, 50p, whatever it were.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I genuinely, I literally have been asking my 10-year-old for the last 2 months what he wants for Christmas, and his answer is, I don't know. I don't know. Get me a little box. Get me a little thing of Pringles.
Really?
He just genuinely, he's got to a point now where he's like, can I just have money? I'm like, you're 10 years old.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's Christmas.
It's not
no,
really, it's
you're
not
not
got the
just
same-
having money.
It's not got the same sentiment, has it?
But in his head, he just wants to buy what the thingy points, like FIFA points or
Oh, you mean on
Fortnite.
You mean on game?
Yeah,
on,
those
on the
dollars,
online games.
$3 or
and,
V-Bucks.
yeah, and that's what he wants to spend it on. So
Something that always reminds me when I were a kid at Christmas, and I don't know what you call them, but you remember those? They were like made of cardboard, and you coloured them in, but they were like foam outlines on all what it was that you were colouring in.
The black felt.
Yeah, it was
The
like
black
it was
felt.
like a black felt
Yeah,
on
you
a
just-
card, and
what
you
you used to
coloured
get from
in.
Skeggy Market?
Yeah.
Well, you used
Fuzzy
to get them from
felts.
anywhere, really, but you've
Fuzzy
always got them at
felts.
Christmas,
Yeah,
and you
fuzzy
know.
felts.
That's
I
all you
think
can get from Skeggy now, but yeah.
When I were getting toys at Christmas, I always played with everything that I got given. Do you know what I mean? I might spend all day with one thing, and then another day playing with something else, and everything seemed to get used.
You wanted to open everything all at once, and your parents are always like, "No, play with that one first, and then once you put that one away, you can it's Christmas.
Yeah, just chaos.
You bought it, mate.
You just want to open everything and get everything out, and that is
Yeah,
now
that's
you're an
a chaos.
adult. You go,
Yep.
yeah,
You're
that's a
always that
nightmare.
tea time thing, I think, Christmas, when you've like lulled a bit in energy, do a bit of colouring on that black
Yeah.
foam felt pad thing. that
Fuzzy
you took.
felt.
Fuzzy
I
felt.
don't
I'm
even know
not
what you
convinced they
call
were
it.
called fuzzy felts.
I don't think
Fuzzy
they were.
felt. Fuzzy felt. Was that not at school where you used to get the different bits of fabric that were fabric in shapes, and you'd build them up into and make things out of them? I thought that was fuzzy felt.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I just remember Fuzzy Felt, and I thought that's a funny name for a toy. And I had some as a kid, but I'm sure that's what.
So here's a question.
Velvet colouring pictures apparently on Google.
Oh, very nice.
Velvet.
Oh,
I don't
you know,
think
it's
it's
fuzzy
real
felt.
velvet, do you?
Order yourself one.
Yeah, I don't think you're not buying them from Woolworths, are you?
So here's something to just
Woolworths.
to think about while we're talking about Christmas and stuff. Obviously, technically, it's a religious holiday.
Yeah.
So, did any of you grow up in a religious household or anything, and going to midnight mass or seeing the religious aspect of it?
I didn't.
Is that funny, Mark?
What's the
I
funny?
don't know why I'm laughing.
Well, it is, but it's a religious holiday, and,
Well,
and
it is. Yes, you're right. It is religious, and
There's got to be a reason why Mark was laughing. I mean,
Just tickled me.
what tickled you?
I don't know.
The fact it was religious,
No,
or
I mean, obviously I've grown up with Kirk, and I'm thinking, religious? No.
well, no, but this is my point. This is my point.
it's a
That
good
I-
point.
I'm not. I don't think anyone would consider us to be overly religious around the
No.
table or whatever.
It's
but
funny-
yet we all
Yeah,
we all celebrate.
celebrate Christmas,
yeah.
as does.
I'm gonna make an interesting point there. So when we went aside of Christmas, when we got married, we wanted to get married in the church. We're not religious. Ellen's Christian, I'm not. And I think sometimes it's not necessarily about the religion, so to speak. It's more about the tradition.
Yeah.
And I think if you can find that, if you're not necessarily a staunch Christian or whatever, is it staunch? Yeah, staunch. Staunch Christian. You can still enjoy, what that brings, if you like, in a traditional way, and just because I think the message of togetherness and giving and receiving, all that sort of thing. I think it's a nice time of year, isn't it?
It is. I think that's really important as well, Mark, that you've just said that, because that's my favourite part of Christmas. We talk about food, we talk about presents, we talk about giving, receiving, and stuff like that, or religion. But actually, my favourite part of Christmas is everyone seems to be in a better mood.
Yeah.
Well, apart from Mark, obviously, that hates it. But,
I didn't say I hate it. I said it's an inconvenience.
but everyone tends to be in a happier frame of mind.
And it's the togetherness.
Absolutely.
Innit, of
Father, we want to be together.
I mean, we could say that. Well, no, we couldn't. It's not that we could say. It's very true that we are very lucky that we have been in families that are together that have enabled us to have, really nice Christmases.
Absolutely.
And that we see Christmas as a time to be together with family, with friends and whatnot. And that there are people out there that don't get that opportunity at all. And I don't mind saying that I sometimes forget that because I just live in my world that I'm used to every year. Whether that be privileged or not, it is privileged.
It is privileged.
It is definitely privileged. So I see that as that's what Christmas is. It's a time to be together. It's a time to be with family and see family. And I definitely see more family at Christmas than I do any other time of the year. But it's easy to forget that that's not how some people will see it because they're not as
Time
lucky.
at the bar, please.
Really.
And on that happy note, where are these mince pies?
Yeah, that's a
Well, don't
really
bother
good
with them.
point.
I think my phone will be on silent, and
Well-
the mince pies will have been eaten by Santa.
Well, we best not. I think we should go and find them.
I agree.
Well,
I don't.
Do you know what, guys? Wholeheartedly, I just want to say thank you very much and Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas,
Merry
you lot.
Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas
Have a
to
really
all
good
you
day,
lads.
and I look forward to seeing you
Yeah.
in the new year.
Here's to the King's Speech.
Second one.
Yeah, second one. We missed it.
Do you have a dilemma? Maybe a burning question you're longing to be answered? Who are you going to call? Well, no one, but just drop us a voice note or a message over email at innthechat@gmail.com. That's 2 N's, not 1 N, because 1 N would... It doesn't matter. innthechat@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you.